Hi, everybody. So I recently posed a question um, to a small group. What is the biggest? What is your biggest need as far as being a theater educator? And and the same thing was discussed in our in-service today at school. Uh, In-service, for those of you who don't know, is it's not like a teacher work day. It's a teacher meeting day where we have large meetings, sometimes small group meetings, to discuss tests or procedures or things that are supposed to help us be better teachers, um, any number of things. We have quite a few of them throughout the year. Well, I shouldn't say quite a few, maybe 5 or 6. Anyway, um, but what a lot of the teachers in my group today, which we were talking about support for the adults in the building, was the same thing that my online cohorts in theater were discussing, and that is work-life balance and how to have it right now, because it's really hard to come by. For teachers in all subjects, I guess, at least in our school, and for those of us in our department, directors in our department, across a couple different schools, because I've talked to a couple of our other directors at other schools in our district as well, is that we're working harder than the kids. Like, we want it more than they do. We want their success right now more than they want it. And I got a piece of advice a long time ago from a guy that I worked with who is now, he teaches at a college nearby. Um, but he said, never work harder than your students. If you want it more than they want it, then they're not going to learn anything from it. And that is a really hard thing for those of us, especially passionate people. And teachers are passionate people. Artists are passionate people. There are some people who can put down the paperwork at the end of the day, walk away, come back the next day, and they don't think about it in between. I don't know very many teachers who are like that. I know no artists who are like that. We have always got something going on. So to say you have to step back and let them want it more and then help them get there is a really, really challenging position to put yourself in as an arts instructor. But there is no easy answer to how to strike that work-life balance. And I tell myself this all the time because I have beat myself up repeatedly over the amount of time I spent at work for the past 20 years. And before that, before I took this job working professionally, I worked all the time. I took side gigs. I freelanced. And when I say my kids grew up in the theater, it's because I picked them up and took them to jobs with me in the baby carrier. um, so if we want that work-life balance as artists, as adult artists with families, if that's why you want the work-life balance, that's what it is slash was slash has been for me. It means taking the conscious step to say, I'm going to do something else with my time now. And I'm not going to take that extra step. And that is really uncomfortable for a lot of us. And I'm going to go so far as to say some of us just can't do it. That we can't say, I'm not going to go that extra mile. Because I do love it more than the kids love it. So, to the conversation and to the how do you strike a work-life balance? If you are doing what you love, you will be in balance when you are doing that thing that you love. And the people that are in your life and that are attracted to your life are going to love that about you. And they're going to understand that. That doesn't mean don't set boundaries. That doesn't mean don't, that doesn't mean live at your facility. But if you care about the program, if you care about, this is the way I look at it with my program. If I care about the program lasting after I'm gone, then I cannot give it 14 to 16 hours of my every day, because the next person isn't going to do that. So I have to find a way for the program to be excellent in the 8 to 10 hours that I'm there every day, and build that system for the next person that comes in that isn't me, that isn't going to spend 14 hours a day, because the program matters to me. And what theater comes after the current group of us that are there matters very much to me. But I have to want that as much as I want to make the art. And that is a hard balancing act. And I wish I had an answer. I wish I had an answer for the friends that said I need a better life balance. But I always find myself back in the theater, working. So, if that's where you're pulled to, whatever it is that you're pulled to, then let it be known that is your balance. And keep an eye in the rear view so that you're not creating an impossible situation for the people that are coming